Welcome back then to round 5 of the Race Department Touring Car Championship here at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix Loop, and race 1, the first round counters for tonight, saw a fantastic and confirmed first win in a league race for Chris Stacey. So thank you very much and well done, congratulations. It's a really good to see him, and he did pop into the commentary box just briefly ago and said how excited and happy he was. Yep, and of course, it's always good to see new winners coming out here, and it's always going to make things ever more exciting. It's, of course, he managed to flat out beat our championship leader, so that's always going to be a good feeling. So anyway, we are minutes away from the second race. Of course, it is a top 10 reversed grid. But it's a top 10 reverse grid for the second race, and it's going to be an interesting one. Of course, we see Chris starting at the back of the top of row 5. So it's all going to change up a little bit. Because obviously the other one is, it's going to see, of course, as we said earlier, we had a interesting little race in that first one, and I'm not certain about you guys, but obviously I think we had enjoyed it thoroughly. At Race Department on Facebook and on Twitter, do get in touch. Do also comment on our live stream below, where we'll try and follow your comments and see what you guys have got to say to us. We've got just 27 seconds. So as we slowly so yeah, it is looking very interesting indeed. We're finishing warm-up, and we will go now into the second race of the evening, and it's going to be very exciting indeed. Thank you very much to Bram, who has just said good luck in race 2 all, looking and sounding awesome. So thank you very much there, Bram, our glorious leader. So it's not just my wonderful words, but also the fantastic camera angles of Mr. Joseph Wright as well, who will be actually racing tonight, later on in UK time, or in the morning, if you're watching this in good old Australia, for the Grand Prix Championship later on today, where I will be commentating on that as well. Joseph will be driving, not racing, so... But yeah, so we have finished the warm-up, and we will now go into the second race of the evening. It's going to be a fantastic one, and we will wait just a few moments' time as we are ready, and it will be Fred Locklear who will be starting on pole position, ahead of Sean Allen. So that poor race for the Racing on Oz Motorsport. Now time for a bit of recovery, I think, for them. Craig Patterson will be starting in 3rd place, with Kevin Harris in for 5th place for Matt Legale, 6th for Brady Steen, 7th for Tony Benelli, 8th for Michael Steed, 9th for Jamie Pyatt, 10th is Chris Stacey. And that's why it will be Martin Vindis in 11th, 12th for Sean Rogers, 13th for Ashley Cowan, 14th for Steve Legale, 15th for Alan Ramsbottom, Sam Smith is in 16th, 17th is Aidan Panarin, 18th place will be Alex Schmertz, 19th will be Ollie McGowan, 20th will be Matt Bailey, 21st Andrew Scott, 22nd will be Jack Trooper, 23rd will be Fabrice and Pavel Koshkin will be starting in 24th. So as we are about to get underway onto the formation lap, Pavel now onto the grid, so we are all ready to go onto the formation lap, and we are getting underway as they all stream their way, try and get the temperatures of the tyres, just get everything ready for this second and final race of the evening. We'll make sure we are all ready, all set for another 30-minute encounter. We had on the last one 19 racing laps. And it's going to be a very exciting one indeed. So as they come through Graham Hill Bend, you can just see the weaving that takes place. The drivers want to get that So yeah, as they come through 30s then. Again, it's just about getting that little bit of patience in. It's just about getting set, getting ready, and making sure you got all the brakes up to the correct temperature, and brakes in temperature, tyres at the temperature, everything up into the right operating levels as well. So as a driver, it does seem quite slow, but there are a lot of processes you do have to go through. As they make their way up towards the final parts of the lap now, you can see heading slowly out of the forests here at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix Loop and up to the slightly more open air of the Indy circuit, which we'll soon see in just a moment's time. In that last minute temperature of the tyres, make sure everyone is as close as they can be. You don't want to be sitting on the grid for too long because your tyres will cool down too much and you will lose all the temperature you've just worked so hard to build up, and of course your nerves can sometimes get the better of you. We've seen people jumping starts, stalling at starts because of the massive gaps they've got, thinking they've dominated the field, and then realised it's at detriment to them. So into position they go, and we will get underway in just a moment's time with the rest of the field getting into their final position. Pavel, Koshkin and Fabrice into their positions now. So we are ready for a start here. Formation laps over the second race. Round 5 of the Race Department Touring Car Championship is about to get underway, and the revs will be building up in any second now. We are just waiting. What goes on? We are getting ready for the start then. Revs are up. Red lights are on. And no go there from Fred Locklear. What did I say just a moment ago? That's the worst personal commentator I've had to say in such a long time. Poor old Fred Locklear just didn't go when the lights went out, but that means Craig Patterson has made his way into the lead for the first time. Meanwhile, there's contact at the top of Paddock Hill Bend. Steve Legale's gone round. Big crash there with Andrew Scott. Tony Vanelli's gone round as well. Lost out on a whole host of position. And yellow flags on the exit of Druids as well. We've got someone else off. That's Sean Allen. Oh no! Loads of people I've been commenting on have just struggled so far this race, so I don't think I'm going to... And Jamie Pyatt with a drive-through penalty as well. What is happening? What's up? Is Chris Stacey the only one that's not been affected? Because if he can keep a clean run here, he could get a decent chance of taking the championship, I would certainly suggest, down in 7th place. But with all the chaos that's ensued, somehow Craig Patterson has made it into the lead of this race from half a lap ahead of Matt Legale. So we're really shaping up to have an interesting battle in this second race here at Brands Hatch. All happening right here, right now. And as you say, Jamie Pyatt with a drive-through penalty. I'm assuming that's for jumping the start. And it's Martin Bindis runs deep coming out the exit of Westfields, down to 11th place. He's lost out some decent points there. And it's a good battle for 5th place at the moment. As for 4th place, as Fred Locklear is now desperately trying to cling on to 4th place after that poor start for him. Side by side of himself with Steed. Steed on the inside, coming into clearways. Nearly contact made there. Does keep it clean. They're going 3 wide. Look at this. Brady Steed now on the very inside line on driver's right hand side. He's being forced wide by Steed. What's going to happen? Come on, boys. Be careful coming into Paddock Hill Bend. Surprisingly enough, Brody does back out of it a little smidgen of contact between Locklear and also Steed. Or Steed as they came up towards Paddock Hill Bend. But Steed now at the inside coming into Druids Bend. And look at this. He's taken 2 positions in 1 corner. This is what happens. You hold back at 1 point and you get a decent enough line as he gets a bit of a clouting off. Locklear, who's right in front of Steed and Stacey, and almost takes Karen with him as he rejoins. So And in fact, Karen was pointing in the wrong direction, so they've lost a whole host of positions. So what a traumatic start there for Fred Locklear. But it is, after all of this chaos, just not really sure what's happened. It's just all kicking off at some point now, isn't it? Let's quickly recap who is in the lead of the races. Stacey and Steed, who's had 1 point between them coming into the meeting, fighting tooth and nail as they came on the exit of Hawthorns. And it's Craig Patterson who's got the lead of the race ahead of Matt Legale. Kevin Harris in third, fourth place for Brody Steen, Michael Steen in fifth, sixth for Stacey, seventh is Martin Vindis, eighth is Oliver Down, ninth is Matt Bailey, Pavel Koshkin up to 10, starting from 24, so a good run from him so far. Alex Schmertz, Tony Benelli, Fred Locklear, Jack Trooper, Fabrice Armin up to 15th place, and it's just wherever you look, things are happening, because the battle for the lead not too great. It's a got quite a big gap, but look at the battle for 10th place. It's absolutely everyone going side by side. Tony Benelli up into 11th place now, as we will soon, I imagine, see Jamie Pyatt now coming into the pit lane to complete his drive-through penalty. And Andrew Scott is now retired from this race as well. Through the pit lane now comes Jamie, who's got to tiptoe at a really slow speed. That mustn't feel really good, but these things do happen. But let's look elsewhere. Let's look now at battle for 13th and 12th between Locklear and Schmertz as they come through Graham Hill Bend. Very tight indeed as they head their way now up towards 30s, the left-hander, and Fred, who does run a little bit deeper than Alex does. Alex not carrying the most amount of speed through the corner, but he's going to get a decent run down Pilgrim's Drop and towards Hawthorns. Through sitting in the slipstream. Also the battle for 10th place looking good between Benelli and Koshkin. Koshkin much quicker through the corner. Benelli had to really back out the brakes. The toe was very good indeed, but potentially it was too good for him because he couldn't really get away from the back of the car. As they come up towards the next couple of corners, and you can see a big lock up there from Pavel, who is really pushing to try and keep his position. And with this, it's all sort of happened in this race, and we've had loads of action in just 4 laps, can you believe? The battle for 10th place still raging on very nicely indeed between Koshkin and Benelli. This is the closest battle I suggest on track so far, but also it looked like Schmertz was having a look at the inside of Locklear coming through Paddock Hill Bend. Going deep there is Pavel Koshkin. He was into the gravel, gives a free ticket to Benelli saying, come through my friend. He won't have to debate that one twice. So Pavel now in 11th place. 12th place is now Fred Locklear. A good battle between Fabrice Ramsbottom and Sean Allen and Karainen as well. This is down into 16th place. They coming through Graham Hill Bend on their 4th lap. And Ramsbottom's not only having to attack on Fabrice, but having to defend big style from Sean Allen, who's in 18th place, trying to go at the inside, coming to 30s. Ramsbottom throws it at the inside of Fabrice. They briefly touch, and that is enough though to keep position. A side by side between Sean Allen and Fabrice, drivers left hand side for Sean, drivers right for Fabrice. This is proper NASCAR style racing, isn't it? They're two at best for a good couple of rows, isn't it? So around the outside coming into Hawthorn, what a great move there by Sean, who takes position. Ramsbottom runs very deep, and in fact, oh no, he hit Sean Allen. Oh no, what a shame. He is going to be livid in that car, and it just, anything that can go wrong for poor old Sean Allen is going wrong. So let's move away quite quickly before I cause any more issues. And Matt Legale's in the lead now, you say. This is all really changing off. So Patterson is really all over the back as they come up towards Druid. Going to have a late move up the inside. He's going to try and make the move into Druid. He does, but he's going to go a little bit deep. Legale just tries to really force the door open. That's not going to work. Be careful. But up towards Graham Hill Bend. And he has taken a bit, and he's retaken a position. So Craig, Peters and Patterson now back into the lead, but Matt Legale doesn't want to give it up anywhere near that easily, does he? So as they come through Sterling's, or Surtees once again. And Craig is doing the best he can to try and defend, but Matt Legale is almost through. And in fact has got through by the time they come up towards the corner. And yep, in fact has made it through. So Matt Legale down at Hawthorne's Bend has definitely made the position on Craig, so he's going to try and romp away with this, I suspect. Brody Steen in 3rd place, and 4th place is Kevin Harris, and will certainly want to get his position back. And they're going to be battling for quite a while yet. We've got 21 minutes and 50 left in this race, and in just 5 laps it has all started to close in just a little bit. Over the line they come now though. Into the pits has come Sean Allen to get some damage repaired. Probably put a new set of boots on that car. They've come over the line now though, so he is going to lose a lap. And it's a great battle now between Steed and Harris in 4th and 5th place. Harris is really having to defend coming through Paddock Hill Bend. Though making his way up the inside, can't make it through though. So as they make their way, once again they're coming through Graham Hill Bend. You can see Michael Steen is pushing as hard as he can. He's got his teammate Chris Stacey behind him, race 1 winner. He's got the bug for it now. You win one, you want to go out for every single one of them. You know how to do it once, you don't forget. It's like riding a bike. But Steen is through, just managed to keep onto it. And Chris Stacey's going to try to go drive the left hand side to try and take another position. That one wouldn't work on this occasion. But making the best as they can around the outside. Can it work? Not for Kevin. And now he's got Chris all over the back of him. Almost 3 wide as they come through Westfield. I definitely would not suggest that, but there's a reason why those boys are out there and I'm not. But Matt Legale back into the lead of the race, as we said a few moments ago, but Craig is not giving him an easy time as they come into Sterling's. Matt Legale running very deep on the exit. In fact, they're going to go side by side. In fact, Craig could well take the lead in this race. Is he going to do it? I think he will, you know, around the outside into clearways, and yes he does. Matt Legale loses out to Craig Patterson, and now Brody Steen is almost up into 2nd place. Side by side over the line, Brody, can he just take it? No, he can't, but he has got the inside line for Paddock Hill Bend, and then further behind, look at this. We've got 3 wide between Steed, Stacey and Harris. Harris is sitting duck in the middle, and Chris Stacey has taken 2 positions. Steed around the outside though, and around has gone Brody Steen. Oh my goodness, what's it with the race leaders? The Racing on Oz boys are having an absolutely awful day today, aren't they? A big piece of damage in the side of his car. So poor old Brody. Goes teammate Sean Allen in 23rd next to him. And for them, this is going to be a race to forget. Martin Vindis, though, is now into 6th place. So what a great race for them. Because they make their way up towards now, which can see Martin Bailey and Tony Vanelli going side by side down in 8th and 9th. This is up towards Hawthorne's Bend, also known as down through Pilgrim's Drop. Tony now moved into 8th place, so Tony on the recovery drive for him is going quite well. But Craig Patterson, with 18 minutes and 30 left, has taken the lead and has got a decent gap between himself and Matt Legale, so a good deputy there for Edward Rocket, I would suggest there, Craig. Meanwhile, Steed still in 3rd place, 4th place for Chris Stacey, 5th for Kevin Harris. And as they make their way now up towards the line once again, it's all mellowed down, I suggest, just a little bit as they come over the line, taking a little bit more into the rhythm and making sure that they're not pushing too extremely hard, because of course you don't want to be pushing it too hard, because the worst thing that can happen is obviously you push too hard and you make a mistake, you go off and lose out on crucial points. Obviously, as Jamie Pyatt now in 20th place, making his way slowly through the field, and he could get up to some good points, but Chris Stacey is going to be Just cautious of the fact that he is going to be scoring significantly more points, and that could also be enough. I would suggest to try and take him the change in championship lead. So we'll have to go back to look at the point situation. Drew Surtees, there you go though, and I'm just trying to see. Obviously it's close between Steed and Stacey as ever, they always battle really well, and Matt Le Galley's dropped back even more on Kerry Patterson. So the interesting thing now for this is that can Le Galley retake the lead, or is he going to lose out to 3rd or 4th place? That's what the interesting one is going to certainly be. So coming up towards Burnley, they come once again, nearing half distance, 8 laps gone. But we can certainly suggest that this race is by no means over. Indeed though, it's really all over the back of Matt Le Galley as they come up towards the line. And I can sense that a move is going to be tried to be made, or at least trying to make the move. Coming up towards Paddock Hill Bend around the outside, can that work? Not quite. Matt Le Galley does keep his position, but Michael Steed is going to try and throw it up the inside. He goes to driver's right hand side. He's going to go up the inside into Drew as he just about gets to stop to the apex, and in fact does take 2nd place. But can Chris Stacey now take 3rd? It almost looks like he did then for just a brief moment. But Matt Le Galley has managed to sandwich the pair of them, or managed to get into the sandwich of the pair of them. Chris Stacey is in 4th place, although does try to make a late move at the inside, won't work for him. Is going to try, but to no avail, I'm afraid. Meanwhile, let's quickly recap them with the half distance, the racing order. And here's Craig Patterson in the lead of the race. 2.5 seconds to the good ahead of Michael Steed and Matt Le Galley, with Chris Stacey, Kevin Harris, Martin Vindis, Brody Steen, Tony Vanelli, Matt Bailey and Pavel Koshkin your top 10. 9th and 10th battles looking very good as well actually. Fred Locklear, after starting on pole position, is now down to 11th place after that poor start for him. Tinched racing driver of Sean Rogers ahead of Alex Schmidt, Steve Le Galley, Ashley Cowan, Sam Smith of Greece, Amy Karanen, Jamie Pyatt now into 19th, Oliver McGowan in the top 20, with Alan Ramsbottom, Jack Trooper, Sean Allen, who is 1 lap down, and I've just got to only completed 1 lap. So that is your order at the moment. Over the line though comes our race leaders, and it is still Craig in the lead. Michael though defending very well indeed from, looks like everyone, but Matt Le Galley's very looking like he's going to lose out to 3rd place in a very over-optimistic move there for Chris Stacey. Means he spins around at the top of Druids Bend, only loses out in 1 place, so can breathe a slightly bit easier than some of our drivers who have gone up early today. But he's not going to be particularly happy with that, because he went for a late move up the inside. He just caught the brakes, and that was enough to snatch the car around, although he did manage to keep going. So it's not too problematic for him, I would suggest. Meanwhile, let's quickly recap. Let's have a look actually at the battle for 9th, 10th and 11th. Matt Bailey in 10th place, looking really hounded now from Fred Locklear. We're not a mile behind is Sean Allen as well. So up the inside is Fred Locklear coming into Hawthorns. Does think twice about it and doesn't make the move in the end. Sean Allen running very wide over the grass at Hawthorns, but Matt is certainly trying to defend to the best of his ability on Fred Locklear. And as we make their way up to an extra stage left there for Matt Bailey, who's going to rejoin on the apex. Please, Mrs. John, he just does. I could not imagine the reaction if there was more contact there. So Matt does continue, and again he just managed to catch the grass, pulled the car away, which then spat him into the barrier. That was the end of that, but he does carry on to the tail, or carry on to tell the tale rather. So luckily we can continue on with the racing. But up towards the battle for 6 and 7 between Martin Vinders in 7 and Brody Steen in 6. That's looking quite good as it comes on the exit of coming through Graham Hill Bend up towards Surtees. And on the exit they go now, down the Pilgrim's Drop and towards Hawthorns, and Martin just going to sit in the slipstream. That's the best position he can be in for this kind of position at the moment, because obviously if you do waste a lot of time trying to overtake, you lose out a lot of time, and if mistakes are made like Steen makes there, running on the grass there, that's going to cost him a lot of time, and he can just sit back and try and reap the reward. Up towards, through Dingle Down and up towards Sheen Curve they come now, and that will be a fairly good opportunity, I would suggest, to try and take the position. As they make their way now down towards the final couple of corners. Through clearways they run, and it's going to be a over the line they go, and that's going to be enough, I would suggest, for Brady to keep the position though for 6th place. And now it's the battle for 2nd all over again, because Matt Legalle's caught back up with Michael Steed, and they're just really pulled each other together. Michael Steed in 3rd, 2nd place for Matt Legalle, and Matt Legalle seems to have woken up, and it's a fantastic battle so far. It's 10 minutes and 46 left to run. A big lock up from Matt though coming into Surtees, that's going to push him really wide. Michael though going to go deep naturally anyway, so as they make their way down on the back straight, what can change here? I imagine not a particularly large amount, although Michael does have a little look at the inside coming into Hawthorns Bend. Matt Legalle running quite deep over the exit of Hawthorns onto the grass as well. That seems to be a big point for some of the drivers, where they're just pushing as hard as they can go and trying to get that extra slight advantage. It's not inhibiting them as much as you would expect it would be. Anyway, up towards Stirling's they come once again. 10 minutes left in this race, 12 laps completed so far, and Matt Legalle, for the time being, looks like he's got 2nd place sewn up, although one little mistake and Michael will be through like a scolded cat. So over the line they come once again, and it will be Matt Legalle who does stay in 2nd place, although a little bit of a look there from Michael, and a big lock up there from Matt, which means Michael's going to really have the bit between his teeth. Is he going to throw it over the inside like he tried to a few laps ago? Here at Druid does think twice about it, doesn't in the end, so there we go. We'll continue nonetheless. And yeah, so in fact he will continue on with his race. And there are yellow flags at Stirling, at Surtees rather, but they do carry on. Something's gone on the pitch straight, I imagine. Let's quickly recap what's going on. I can't see anyone. That was Kevin Harris who'd gone wide and has dropped down to 6th place. Can he lose that? He's going to lose that 7th place to Tony Pinelli, who's going to go all the way around the outside of Kevin, and he does do it at Surtees. So Tony now up into 6th place. So again, this is all changing still further, and this is just helping Kevin Patterson take the best lead he can. And Craig, that's the one. It would help if I get the name right, I do apologise. And Sean Allen has left the race, which is a real shame to see as well. But as they continue on, it's not going to be long until the end of the race, as we say. And we are looking, it's been an entertaining couple of races here at Brands Hatch. We're still going to have more action because, of course, Michael Steed has actually made the position on Matt Legalle. I'm not sure where he made the position, I'm just going to try and recap it, but he is up into 2nd place. 3.344 was the gap between Craig and Michael over the line on that last one. And just looking at the replay, up the inside at Sheen Curve is where Michael made the position. That was a very good move actually, so well done there, Michael. And And Kevin Harris is now left as well, so they are dropping a bit like flies at the moment, aren't they? Which is a real shame to see. But we are going to be nearing the end of the race very soon indeed. And one battle I do want to go and look at is the battle for 7th place between Pavel Koshkin and Fred Locklear. This was the battle for what, 11th place? Not that long ago. And now, thanks to all the dropouts, it's been the battle for 7th and 8th. Fred now up into 7th place. Martin Vindis isn't that far behind in 9th place either, so it's almost a 3-car battle for 7th place. And as they make their way now up towards Pilgrim's Drop and Hawthorns on this next lap, lap 14 for them. Pavel goes for a very late move at the inside, weaves from right to left. I'm not sure if that's strictly permitted within the rules, but certainly something that is worth a shot. Fred in 7th place is absorbing all this pressure. So making their way up towards Sheen once again. And Pavel just cannot make the move stick and cannot make a move. He's not quite close enough in 8th place to take 7th place away from Fred. I just want to have a quick look elsewhere. We've got great battles now lower down between Fabrice and Karainen. And in fact, Karainen has taken a position ahead of Fabrice. Ramsbottom also side by side with Trooper on the exit. Trooper, but that's for 19th and 20th. That's down up at it's down at Hawthorns. But the race leader is quite comfortably ahead with just 5 and a bit minutes of this race left to run. So we will not be too long until the end of the race. And I just want to see as well, we've got James Pyatt is now up into, where's it? In fact, 16th place is how many positions? That's how he's now up to 16th. So bearing in mind you have that drive-through penalty as well, that's not bad going there from Jamie. And we'll certainly enjoy a whilst not a full amount of points, it is certainly more than we could have expected at the start of this half hour of racing. But Ray Patterson will be coming up towards the line now. Not long left to go. 4 minutes and 40 as he crosses the line is all he has left to run. Michael Steed in 2nd place, Matt Legally in 3rd, 4th Chris Stacey, and Brody Steen down in 5th place. Vanelli is 6th, 7th place is Fred Locklear ahead of Martin Vindis. Pavel Koshkin now down into 9th, so Pavel might have made a mistake early on in the lap. Meanwhile, the battle between Bailey and Rogers in 10th and 11th as they come through. Sterling is looking very frantic as well. Martin bounced all over the curbs as well. So as they make their way over the line they come now. Matt has still got the position, although Rogers is looking very, very close behind as well. Is he going to, looks almost like a late move at the inside, coming into Paddock Hill Bend. Almost tries it. Matt runs very, very deep though. Can he catch the gravel? Doesn't quite do it, so luckily does continue onwards. But Rogers again is looking very fiery, feisty, just wants to take the position away. So you certainly give the incentive, and he will be in there as quickly as he can. Meanwhile, up towards Surtees they go once again, and Matt again, for the time being, has got it settled. Although I can't imagine that unless he gets a good battle. Well, from 3rd, okay, so let's go look at the battle for 3rd place, and that's between the Galley and Stacey. So whilst that one's been raging on for some time, Stacey's really going to try and have one in the inside. He's got his nose ahead, he's going to come into Paddock Hill Bend with just 2 minutes left to go. Up the inside, just about gets it through, but can he get it stopped? He's going to go quite deep. The Galley's going to go side by side, and the Galley will take the position back into Druids, although hopefully he doesn't do the same mistake that Chris made not that long ago. Oh, a little bit of contact, which has meant a complete 360 there for Matt, which has meant he's now stuck in the barrier, picks up one of the Pirelli boards and moves it, but Brody Steen is going to come through back up into 4th place, Matt Legale down to 5th. I'm sure that's not how the battle would have intentionally been wanted to end up, but Chris Stacey is now into 3rd place in this race. So 2 podiums, 1 third and 1 win will go quite nicely for Chris, I imagine, with just 2 minutes left on the clock. And Michael Steed is slowly catching up to Craig Patterson, who's got traffic ahead of him coming into Westfield almost, and he runs quite deep over the curbing. The gap's significantly closing between Steed and Patterson. In fact, Steed's going to try and go up the inside, coming into Sheen. Can he do it? Not quite. With just a handful of laps left to go, he's going to try as hard as he can to try and make the position. And Craig has not really got a very good run out of Sterling's up towards Clearways, and he's going to have to try drive the race of his life in order to take this win, because Michael's going to go to driver's left hand side. He's going to try the outside line up at Paddock Hill Bend perhaps. 1 minute and 15 left to go. Now Michael Steen almost had the lead, and he's going to try and get the cut back coming into Paddock Hill Bend. He's going to get driver's left hand side on his contact. It looked like there were contacts, and Craig goes round, which has then dropped Craig down into 3rd place. So Michael Steed up into the lead of the race, and Chris Stacey is now into 2nd place. So with the closeness of this battle between the pair of the teammates as well, could Chris try and take another win? So from all of a sudden, it looked like Chris was content with 4th to taking another win in just 2 laps. It's all evolving on these last laps here in this 2nd race of the evening. And I expect it's going to be further changing. Not long to go now, as we say, just a handful of laps. And it is all just exploded all of a sudden, just happened, isn't it? 22 seconds of this race left to run according to the clock, plus we'll get 1 extra lap after that, so it will not be too bad indeed. And as we come through the come over now, it's not going to be long until the end of the race. Over Sheen Curve they go, and you see Michael's car is just getting very slippery now. The grip doesn't seem to be quite there as it was just a moment ago, and which I imagine as they come over the line for this one, it will be the last lap called. So with just 1 more lap to go, they are going to have a great battle over the line. Yep, so 1 lap left to run then, and Michael's going to have to try and hold on ahead of his teammate Chris Stacey. But Chris has had 1 victory tonight. He's going to definitely want to take a 2nd one. Runs very deep on the exit. He moves the driver's right hand side up towards Druids. He's going to take the inside line. He does do it. Chris Stacey takes the lead into Druids on the final lap, taking the lead away from Michael Steed. Can he take the 2nd race victory of the day? They're like London buses, aren't they? You don't take any victories in leagues, and then all of a sudden you can get 2 in one night for Chris Stacey, up towards Surtees for the final time. And Michael is going to have to respond if he wants to take the victory. He's definitely going to have to find an even better way of responding, because he's just been astounded at what Chris has been able to do tonight. Some fantastic stuff for him, and we'll have to get him in to get an interview after the race. But provisionally, it looks like Chris has got a significant gap between himself and Michael, so that's going to be a fantastic battle. And he's going to be very, very pleased with himself. Up towards Sheen Curve for the final time. And there is not long in this race left to go at all. Braking into Sterling's for the final time. Just clearways left to go. And what a fantastic performance tonight from Chris. As we've said, he's going to take 2 wins out of 2. And 2 19-lap encounters mean that he's going to take 2 victories here tonight. Chris Stacey, a fantastic result for him. He is going to be so pleased over the line now. And Chris Stacey is a double winner. And all of a sudden, Michael Steed has let Craig Patterson through on the final lap. So Craig Patterson back up into 2nd place, which is going to be little with some consolation rather for Craig, but Michael was ended up in 3rd place. 4th place for Brody Steen, 5th place for Matt Legale, 6th for Tony Vanelli. Fred Locklear is just going to take Martin Vindis over the line. It's going to be very close, but he does just take the position ahead of Martin. Pavel Koshkin will come over the line in 9th, with Matt Bailey in fact, no, it's not. It's Jamie Pyatt ends up in 10th place. A great recovery drive from him. That's the hallmark of what champions are made out of, but we'll have to see what it does to the points very, very soon indeed. So do stay tuned on racepalm.com for those. But it is Bailey will come over in 11th, 12th place for Sam Smith. Yeah, so Matt Bailey was 11th, 12th for Sam Smith, 13th is Ashley Cowan, 14th Steve Legale, 15th is Sean Rogers, 16th Aidan Karanen, 17th will be Alex Schmertz, and 18th will be Fabrice. Arnie McGowan will be 19th, 20th will be Alan Ramsbottom, 21st is Jack Trooper. Only 12 laps completed for Kevin Harris rather, Sean Allen only completed 9, only 1 completed for Andrew Scott, and that was the second race of the evening here at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix Loop, and that bookends our second race for round 5 of the Race Department Touring Car Championship. But we'll hold on for just a moment because I do want to get a word with Chris Stacey, so we'll drag him in just a moment's time. But please do let us know how much you enjoyed that race, what you thought at Race Department on Twitter and on Facebook. You can also comment on the live stream to let us know exactly what you enjoyed and how you're enjoying it. So, but to further remind everyone, of course, we do have another race this evening, the 4th round of the RD Grand Prix Championship. 62 laps of racing around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit will be fantastic, and we've got new drivers from Race Department Motorsport, and in fact, as I mentioned, Chris Stacey, double race winner. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds great. A little unhappy with how race 2 happened, but still good to get the win anyway. But I think I might have a penalty coming my way when it's all said and done.
So just talk us through that second race then. Just so did you see it? Was it actual contact then you had with? I believe it was with Craig as well, wasn't it? There we go then. So Chris Stacey want to be very diplomatic then, I suppose. But let's no, quite of course. Let's mention 2 race victories tonight. Of course, it was mentioned to me that you've never. I don't believe you've ever won in a league race before. So, sort of talk us through your what sort of feeling is.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic to be honest. I knew the pace was pretty. It was going to be quite a close race this weekend, just from going off the timings in the lead up. But in the practice session yesterday, I heard from Jamie and a couple of the other guys that my race pace was looking strong apparently. So I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm really keen to see this championship out in Bathurst. So hopefully we can Michael and I can get another strong result there as well.
And of course, it's going to bring you much closer up to Jamie, who had a really poor race too, as well as the sort of the Racing on Ours Motorsport guys sort of having a self-destruct button through this meeting. So I suppose it's all brought it together a little bit closer.
Yeah, it really, I mean, as far as fortune favouring one team, it really went our way today, because I saw Jamie jump the start, and then he had a drive through on the first lap, and I don't know what happened to Sean, but Brody I saw spun at Paddock Hill, and then I was saying to Michael, hey mate, we can win this. So yeah, it was I saw that Michael came together with Craig on Paddock Hill as well, but I'm not really sure what happened there. So I guess we'll see once it's all wrapped up. But yeah, I would like to apologise to Matt Legale for making contact with him. I didn't expect him to be so slow on the hairpin, but it was fair driving for him, and yeah, so I think that was my fault.
As you say, so it's good to hear that you've hopefully can sort these things out. And of course, I imagine if it's reported to the stewards, they will all investigate it as well, so it'll all be properly assessed. But Chris Stacey, double race winner here tonight. A fantastic result for yourself. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And with that, I believe we can. I think that's around about it for this broadcast from round 5. So join us again in a few weeks' time, as we say. We head to Bathurst for a really good ending for the season, and also we're going to see some great racing tonight on R Factor 2 for the Grand Prix Championship here at our racedepartment.com. If you did enjoy the racing you saw tonight, you want to come in, you want to get involved, please head over to racedepartment.com. Do sign up, do join our community. We've got some fantastic forums, we've got loads of stuff, whether you're Bags Automobilista, whether you're an Assetto Corsa fan, you know, race room racing experience, any of the racing sims you drive, we cater for it here at racedepartment.com. We've got loads of league racing, loads of club racing as well, the fun racing effectively. So anything for anyone really, and I would implore you, if you can, come and join us. Please do come and join us. It's some fantastic communities, and we'd love to see you soon, as soon as we can. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it from me. So thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, then, it's goodbye from me.